Hi everyone. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining me in this Bible study. I didn't realize how many people really wanted to be a part of this and wanted to learn how to do Bible study and spend that time with God. So I feel really blessed, and I kind of get emotional when I think about how great the response has been. But some of you have been texting me and direct messaging me with questions as far as like how to do it. And like I always say, I think it's going to be up to you to come up with what's a good flow for you. But I thought I would share mine because mine, I have an easy structure and it's something that I can do every day. I make sure to spend that time with God every day so that I can get that connection and feel like I'm guided by Him every day in what I do. And also to be able to talk to Him about things that I know I need to work on, things that He's convicted my spirit in, and just so that I can be better and be in alignment with Him. So I implore you and I challenge you to continue this. I think I'll do another one for next week. It's been a blessing to me to be able to do it. So let's jump into today. Today's study, which was Thursday, it was going over Proverbs 13:20. And it's walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. So I'll just break it down this way. You know, every day I have what I call my prayer box. So this is it. I have it sitting right by my prayer chair, and on the top of it is just a simple little quote that I wrote that it says, "Whatever is contained in this box is." And this is the way that I feel like I'm blessing myself, my family, and my life. And I put my Bible, my pens, my prayers, a lot of things that I want to give to God and I want God to cover, bless, guide, and direct me. They go in here. This is probably my 4th prayer box because they get full. And over time, they get a little beat up. And so I had to get a new one, but I got a smaller one. And I just keep it by my chair. Also, I have Bible study pens. These are what I use to highlight in my Bible scriptures that I go over, and also I do it in my Bible journal, my Bible study pens. I keep a gratitude book. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and it says Trust the Lord. And I just write things that I'm thankful for, and I date it, and I keep this by my box because this is a lot of times how I start my morning, just thanking God and letting Him know how thankful I am for my life. I think that people think that prayer means you have to sit down on your, get on your knees and pray. But I think it's not really that. It's just your way that you communicate with God. And for me, I communicate with God through writing. I do get on my knees and pray, but a lot of the connection that I feel is through my writing because I connect with the pen and the paper, and I feel like I'm connecting with God in a physical way, which is why I use writing for mine. And I employ a lot of people to do Bible journaling because it does help you create a physical connection. The other thing I suggest everybody get is an amplified Bible. Mine's a little beat up and worn from over the years, but it is another translation of scripture. And also, I would say always use the English Standard Version of Scripture because the King James Version has a lot of old text with haveth and thoueth. And so it's hard to understand the context of the Scripture because you're so caught up in the old language. So get an English Standard Version. ESV is what you'll see a lot to help you understand Scripture. So now let's dive in. What I did was I always break my Bible study down into sections. So I do the date at the top of the page. It's May 21st, 2020. And I have series going on that I've been working on just for different areas of my life. And one of the ones that I started was fun and enjoying life because I had been working so hard and I felt like I wasn't enjoying the life that God was giving me. So this is one of the areas that I'm working on. And I thought that this particular scripture fit under that area. So also I have it here where scripture is in pink. And I write out what the scripture is, and I write the scripture. I think it's important to write the scripture because it helps reinforce the scripture. Then I do a meditation, and this is just my interpretation of the scripture, and I'll go through this in a minute. And then I have my prayer area right here. And this is where I write my prayer to God. And I always end it with an affirmation, affirming to God what I just learned in the Bible study. So on part 2 of this video, I will go over the actual scripture.